Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating business battles of our time, the streaming wars between Netflix and Disney. But this isn't just about entertainment. This is a masterclass in business strategy, digital transformation, and why being first sometimes matters more than being biggest. If you love business analysis and want to understand how companies succeed or fail in the digital age, hit that subscribe button because we're about to break down expert insights that will change how you think about competition. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why Netflix's business model gives them advantages that even Disney's massive resources can't easily overcome. The shocking numbers. Let's start with some numbers that will blow your mind and set the stage for this entire analysis. As of 2024, Netflix has 282.7 million subscribers globally. Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus combined have 236.2 million subscribers. So Netflix is winning, but not by as much as you might think. But here's where it gets interesting. Disney is one of the most valuable entertainment companies in history. They own intellectual property worth hundreds of billions. They have theme parks, merchandise, movies, and franchises that generate massive revenue streams. Netflix. They started by mailing DVDs and only began streaming in 2007. They don't own theme parks, they don't sell toys, and they don't have 100 years of beloved characters. Yet somehow, Netflix is winning the streaming war. How is this possible? The answer reveals everything about modern business strategy and digital disruption. Her business model breakdown. Here's where expert analysis gets really fascinating because Netflix and Disney represent two completely different approaches to entertainment business models. Netflix's model, the pure play streaming strategy. Netflix built their entire company around one thing: subscription-based streaming. Every decision, every investment, every strategic move is focused on getting and keeping streaming subscribers. Business experts call this a pure play strategy. They do one thing and they do it extremely well. Netflix spends over $15 billion per year on content, and 100% of that investment is designed to make their streaming service more attractive. Disney's model, the diversified entertainment empire. Disney operates what experts call a diversified portfolio strategy. They make money from movies, theme parks, merchandise, cruise ships, hotels, and now streaming. Here's the problem. When you have multiple revenue streams, streaming becomes just one priority among many. Disney has to balance streaming investments with theme park maintenance, movie production, merchandise development, and dozens of other business units. The strategic advantages. This difference in business models creates specific advantages that experts say are almost impossible for Disney to overcome. Netflix's advantages. 1. Focused resource allocation. When Netflix decides to spend money, 100% goes toward making streaming better. When Disney spends money, it gets divided across theme parks, movies, streaming, merchandise, and other divisions. 2. Data-driven decision. Making Netflix knows exactly what you watch, when you watch it, when you pause, when you stop watching, and what you watch next. They use this data to create content specifically designed to keep you subscribed. Disney has to create content that works in theaters, on streaming, for merchandise, and for theme park attractions. They can't optimize purely for streaming behavior. Third, global content strategy. Netflix discovered something brilliant. They could create shows in Korea, Squid Game, Spain, Money Heist, or Germany, Dark, and distribute them globally. This gives them thousands of hours of high-quality, relatively inexpensive content. Disney's content strategy is primarily focused on big-budget, family-friendly, franchise content that costs much more to produce and appeals to a narrower audience. 4. Technology and user experience. Netflix's recommendation algorithm is legendary. It's so good at predicting what you want to watch that the average user finds something to watch within 90 seconds. Disney Plus has a good interface, but it's not their core competency. They're an entertainment company learning technology, while Netflix is a technology company that happens to make entertainment. The Disney Dilemma. Here's where this gets really interesting from a business strategy perspective, because Disney's challenges reveal a fundamental problem with digital transformation. The portfolio problem. Disney's diversified business model, which was their greatest strength for decades, has become a weakness in the streaming age. Think about it. Disney can't just focus on streaming because they have theme parks to run, movies to distribute in theaters, merchandise to sell, and cruise ships to operate. Streaming has to fit into their existing ecosystem rather than becoming their primary focus. The content dilemma. Disney's content works incredibly well for certain audiences, families, fans of Marvel and Star Wars. But this creates what experts call audience ceiling effects. Netflix can create content for literally everyone: kids' shows, horror movies, romantic comedies, true crime documentaries, international dramas, and adult content. Disney has to maintain their family-friendly brand, which limits their content strategy. The expert predictions. So, what do business experts think will happen in this streaming war? Short term, Netflix maintains advantage. Most analysts believe Netflix will continue to outperform Disney in pure streaming metrics because their business model is simply better optimized for the streaming market. Long term, the wild card. However, some experts argue that Disney's diversified model could eventually become an advantage if they figure out how to integrate streaming with their other businesses effectively. Imagine if Disney Plus became the hub for planning Disney vacations, ordering merchandise, getting early access to movies, and connecting with Disney theme park experiences. That's a level of integration Netflix can never match, the technology factor. Several experts point out that as streaming technology becomes more commoditized, content and brand loyalty will matter more. Disney's 100-year head start in creating beloved characters could eventually overcome Netflix's technological advantages. Surprising conclusion. Here's the most fascinating part of this analysis. Disney isn't failing, they're just playing a different game. Netflix optimized everything for streaming subscriber growth and retention. They're winning the streaming war because that's the only war they're fighting. Disney is fighting multiple wars simultaneously: streaming, theme parks, movies, merchandise, and brand management. They're not losing to Netflix, they're choosing not to sacrifice their other businesses to win streaming. This reveals something important about business strategy. Sometimes the company that appears to be losing is actually making rational decisions based on their broader business objectives. The question isn't whether Disney can beat Netflix at streaming, it's whether Disney's integrated entertainment ecosystem will ultimately be more valuable than Netflix's streaming dominance.